Now, our last witness before we go to public comment will be Joseph Vranich, who is the former CEO of the High Speed Rail Association, former executive director of the National Association of Railroad Passengers, and co-author of the California High Speed Rail Proposal, a due diligence report. Welcome to the committee.
Good morning. Thank you for the opportunity to be here, Mr. Chairman, Mr. Ashburn. I was asked to appear here not because I'm a high-speed rail critic, but because I've been an advocate for nearly 40 years. This is the first time I am unable to endorse a high-speed rail plan. Why is that? Because after reviewing countless rail plans over many, many years, I have found the authorities' work, regrettably, to be the poorest I have ever seen. Mr. Chairman, I will provide you with some of the risks. What I will say here today could be used as an outline for part of the business plan. High-speed rail, I want to be clear, could effectively serve legitimate public or environmental purposes or be a financial success, but the current proposal is untenable. The train will be slower than they say it will carry fewer people than they claim it will, and will cost much more than they admit it will. The authorities' ridership projections, we have some data here on ridership intensity I'll get to in a moment. The ridership projections are considerably higher than independent figures developed for comparable California systems in studies by the Federal Railroad Administration, the University of California Transportation Center at Berkeley, and in the recent due diligence report. Here is just one comparison. Using generous assumptions, the due diligence report projects a 2030 base of 23.4 million intercity riders. This is 64% below the authorities' base of 65.5 million intercity riders. By the way, let me add, our figure is above the Federal Railroad Administration's figure, so we've actually been a little generous here. Moreover, the authorities' projection of 117 million annual riders is so far from reality that I have to call it what it is, science fiction. Let's look at load factors. The authorities' projection is far higher than what is found on high-speed rail systems around the world. The authority anticipates an average load factor of nearly 85%. The Federal Railroad Administration study for California placed the average at 51%. The TGV system in France, which I've been on and I love, claims a load factor of 71%. The authorities' projected load factor is nearly 20% higher than the very impressive French figure. Let's look at ridership intensity projections, and this is what we have on this particular chart. Ridership intensity is a demand measurement. The authority projects intensities that are far above those achieved in Japan, France, the Boston-Washington corridor. In 2005, Japan's bullet train system registered an intensity of 33 million passengers of travel